Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 12th. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo. In your first row here for your general energies, you have this breathe card. And so, I feel like you need to take a deep breath here and just kind of focus. I am getting something about focus in your reading. So with that, with the Queen of Swords, she's very kind of like focused on the future and especially in this row, what's crazy is that I can't remember if it was Pisces or Scorpio that this happened to, but they also had the Queen of Swords kind of like focusing in the future. And again, I only ever say this if the Queen of Swords shows up in the first row here, because she's always facing this direction. Her back is to the past as well. So, she's very much focused on creating new things. She's not so much focused on, creating old things or, updating old things or anything like that. Clearly I feel like you're letting something go. It is interesting. You have this card here as well, this lizard spirit, and it says dream the world into being. So I feel like you are focused on a dream, or you are focused on building something bigger and better, which we see right here with the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is building, leaving a legacy. And, as I always say, it makes a lot of sense that it comes up. It comes up a lot is what I'm trying to say, especially right now. I think it's because of Uranus and Taurus, which, with Uranus and Taurus, we have a major focus on freedom. Again, for a lot of you, it's almost like you have a choice between the Ten of Swords or the Ten of Pentacles. So clearly, this is the direction I would go in right here. I would heal or spend time healing and focus on, your Ten of Pentacles. And again, Ten of Pentacles, it doesn't have to just be money. It can be, whatever goal, wish, or dream that you are having. If you want to create something important in the world, you want to create a family, it could be any of those things or a combination of all of it. So, it's like whatever you want. But I do feel it needs to come into focus. You could be grieving the loss of something. I do feel like some of you are grieving, I really don't think it's a person. It's showing up as a person here, as the King of Cups. It could be, but I kind of feel like you're grieving the loss of an opportunity, or maybe you feel like you lost an opportunity. This is very, very specific what's popping into my head here, Virgo. It's like feeling like you didn't get something that was owed to you, or whatever you want to call it. And really, I feel like there's a much better opportunity coming in. It was almost like if this happened to you as a blessing in disguise. I do also feel that this could be new love. Clearly, you have like a knight in shining armor, the Hierophant, which would be marriage. You also have the Ten of Pentacles, which could also be marriage, because Ten of Pentacles can represent, basically everything. You have the Six of Pentacles here, and Six of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds, or kind of like working in a direction. And that's what I feel like you're doing. Again, I would just start planting those seeds. With that lizard spirit, that is your best card here, other than the Ten of Pentacles. And that card is really about kind of like manifesting some sort of dream. Six of Pentacles just says, take the first steps. I've been like begging people to do this because, I can see it in the astrology, how there's a lot in the astrology that I think is maybe preventing people from taking the first steps that we need to take to, manifest some sort of dream. And, really there is no solution other than to take the steps, right? You have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you have to be resourceful at this time. As I say to everybody, again, it's like if we want to do something, we might not have the money. We might not have the time. We might not have the right people in place. And guess what? We have to do it anyway. So, no excuses. Play like a champion. I feel like no matter what, it's time to get moving, even if you don't think you have everything that you need. Because, where there's a will, there's a way. And that is kind of like the time that we're in right now, Virgo. So there's like something you want. Let's see. With the Queen of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. Again, if this is love coming in for you, everybody gets a King of Pentacles nowadays. But again, I just think it's because of the time that we're in. People are very focused on, wanting something permanent, something more secure as well. So, it could be a permanent connection. This could also be some sort of skill that you have. I feel like, I was going on and on and on about the grapes in your last reading. I'm pretty sure. Because either you had the King of Pentacles or you had the Nine of Pentacles. I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that was you, Virgo, that I was going on and on and on about the grapes. And the King of Pentacles, he has grapes on his cloak, which says that he has some sort of skill. It's like, you're the only person I pick up on this with. So I feel like you have some sort of talent, gift, skill, or ability that is hard to do, and or maybe just not everybody has this skill. And clearly, if you start doing whatever the skill is, it's going to put you in a very good position. So if you have a hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability, or if you have something that you don't think you're good at, but you probably are because people have told you you're good at it, I would do whatever that is. Could make you extra money, could be just good for finding love, could be good for anything. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, of course, is a card of wish fulfillment. So I feel there could be wish fulfillment coming in for you. I would start working towards making wishes happen as well with that Six of Pentacles. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the King and Queen of Pentacles as well, which is like divine counterparts. So clearly there could be a divine counterpart coming in for you. Page of Cups here, so, could definitely be love coming in for you. Secret admirer. Could be another earth sign. Could be a Taurus, Capricorn. Taurus. Oh, yeah, I said Taurus. You have Taurus twice in this reading. Could be any sign. This is a general reading, but definitely could be love if you want it. Next, you have this lizard spirit. It says, dream the world into being. So I feel for a lot of you, I feel like this is something you need to start taking the steps on. I always tell people, like, if you don't know what to do, especially if you feel like you don't have the things that you need, you can start writing about it, start talking about it, do YouTube videos about whatever your dream is, or, start putting it out into the world. It doesn't even have to be into the world. If you write about it, you're putting it outside of yourself and you're putting it into the world, which maybe not literally, but you are taking action. You could start taking the small baby steps. You could also take your crazy dream. I think the problem we have Neptune and Pisces right now, and the problem is like our dream seems too big, but we have to start small. But because of Neptune and Pisces, we want to start big, and it's like, well, we can't do that. So, start as small as you possibly can, and really think about your idea and break it down to its smallest part, and then start from there. Once you get the energy moving forward, the universe will move out of your way. You have the King of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Cups here. Yeah, we talked about this at the beginning of the reading. I was getting something about like an opportunity that didn't show up, or some sort of disappointment is really what I feel. And I would be careful of that thinking, like, it's almost like you're thinking like, oh, I wish I did this or that, like, kind of. If you missed out on, like, let's say a job or something, maybe you're reliving the interview and you're like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. But I really feel this is saying like, no, actually, this was a blessing in disguise. So, it's like whatever opportunity, I'm not saying it's a job, but it does feel like financial to me. So maybe for some of you, it was a financial opportunity. I feel like this is saying it was a blessing. There's something better coming in. Again, if he just turns around and sees these two cups behind him, he gets this bridge in this castle. So, to me, the Five of Cups is a card of gratitude, needing to be grateful to get something you want. You have the Four of Swords, which, of course, is a card of healing and a card of recovery. You have the King of Cups here. Could be a water sign or coming in for you. Water, earth really stand out to me. I mean, I feel like every single reading I do for you. This is also a card of movement. So, wouldn't surprise me if some of you were moving. You have the Ten of Swords, which can represent a move. The Three of Wands, which could also just represent like moving, traveling, going somewhere else, something like that. So let's see here. With the King of Cups, you have the World moving. I knew that there was something. People always like ask me, they're like, why do you say King of Cups is moving? And, all this other stuff. I'm always like, well, I have some cards in the tarot that I consider clue cards. It's like it's not the actual meaning of the card, but I've just noticed over the years that, a card can be a clue for something else. So, King of Cups to me, again, not accurate tarot, but just intuitively and clue card wise, it's a clue card to me that represents a move. And here's confirmation for you. So, some of you wouldn't surprise me. I would also say that this could represent adventure. He does have that boat behind him on the King of Cups, which represents a time where our ancestors would get on boats and they wouldn't know where they were going. It literally represents exploring the unknown on the King of Cups. And the World could be some sort of exploration. So, I've been saying since like 2020 that everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. That's why I encourage adventure. With the Four of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands, like adventure. Literally, he is the one that's willing to go on an adventure. We are in a period of like iteration. You can't start something right now and it's not going to end up the same. You know, it's like anything we start right now, and you could say this is always true, and of course it's always true, but it's like extra true. We really have to, if we want something, we have to, experiment our way through it. We have to, just kind of like try things, see how it goes, double down on what works, and then try something else. So, I mean, just look at this channel. It's like I always tell people, it's like I hate when people say, do as I say, not as I do. I literally do it. Like, look at all the experiments I do, all the stuff I change, everything I do. It drives some people crazy, but I don't know, I get the most views out of any tarot reader, so there you go, right? But what I would say here is that be willing to experiment, be flexible, and especially since last year we had that eclipse in Taurus. I don't know, to me, I remember doing those eclipse and Taurus readings last year, and I was saying, like, we need to be super flexible, and here, it keeps coming up. With the Five of Cups, you have the Two of Wands. It's about taking the lead on something. Again, nothing's just going to happen. I did an interview with Leo King, on his channel 2 years ago now. I think it was 2020 probably. And, he brought up, like, the best analogy I could possibly think of, which was, we're all kind of, like, in a movie theater, and we're standing in the lobby. We're all like waiting to go into some sort of movie that is our dream life, but it's like we're all waiting for permission to enter into this movie theater, but the only person that can give you permission is you. So you have to give yourself permission to go watch the movie or create the movie that is your life. And I feel you really have to take the lead here. Again, there's a bunch of solutions like education. So if you don't know what to do, educate yourself. Six of Pentacles is a card of iteration. Again, is a card of planting seeds and just seeing what happens, planting a seed in a direction and kind of seeing where it goes. Next, you have this card in the area of the unexpected. It says, to rise, you must let go of fear. And you have this business card that says, expect to have an amazing boost up the business ladder, elevate your awareness and think bigger. I mean, literally what I've been saying this whole entire time. If you want different results, yes, I feel like you need to think much bigger. I do get some of you could be getting a new job, but it's gonna require a move or something. Again, I keep babbling on about this because of that World card, the King of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and also the Three of Wands here. To me, the Three of Wands is like looking out into the distance, looking at some sort of opportunity that exists and needing to go on the adventure. So, everything in this reading is encouraging some sort of change. You literally have this Helm card. It's like the wheel of a ship, right here. And that's in your last row. And it says, take charge, responsibility, and leadership. It's like, but it's also like the helm of a ship. You're like literally going somewhere else. You have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Again, I would say that if you're grieving the loss of something, it's time to maybe pick yourself up here, Virgo, and start moving in a new direction. Ten of Swords represents getting as much as you can out of a situation. It's kind of says something is dead, done, over with. Sometimes, again, I don't really feel bad about the Ten of Swords. I think it's more, maybe you have done as much as you can, like in some area of your life, and it's just saying you've gotten you've gotten out all the juice, and now it's time to like move on to the next thing. It's time to get moving. I think because of school, careers, like, the modern day world makes you think that, oh, I have to be at this job forever, right? But we are not our grandparents anymore, right? It's like gone are the days where you can start at a company. Like my grandfather, he worked at a company. He started there when he was like 17 or something like that, and he worked his way up to the top of this company, like literally. And again, but you can't do that anymore, basically. So, what I would say here is it's like gone are the days where we can do that. And also, even back then, I don't think you're necessarily meant to just like do one thing, especially if you have the thirst for adventure or you want to, explore other ideas. I think we're meant to grow. It's like when you work at a factory, like my grandfather did, it's like that's the only thing that he was. You know what I mean? It's like, imagine what other things he wanted to do. I don't know. He had a lot of hobbies, so he probably had other things that he wanted to do. And again, there's never been a time like there is right now where you could literally have a hobby, talking about worms. I always make the joke, but there's like literally there are channels that talk about worms and they have millions of views. So, what I would say here is like there's never been this big of an opportunity in the world to, kind of live your wildest dreams, whatever it is, and make it happen. So again, the Ten of Swords is, I feel, encouraging growth, and it's also encouraging like a change. You have the Knight of Cups here, so, it could be a Knight in Shining Armor. I definitely feel love. Could be an Earth sign. I mean, you have a lot of water here, but what I would say is that, Earth is really standing out, so, take it how it resonates, but definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is, of course, really good for your finances. I do feel that a lot of you are financially focused and, kind of could be doing things to improve your finances, like whatever you're doing would be good. What I will say is that Ten of Pentacles can represent hidden or secret information. It's not really hidden or secret. You just have to find it. And the Hierophant is education. So if you are trying to grow your business, if you're trying to have a better love life, like whatever it is you want, like learn as much as you can. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands here. I would encourage you not to hold on to something from the past, or I would encourage you not to hold on too tightly to something that you thought you had. Like I said, it could be this job or whatever. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Temperance card. You have Temperance twice. Temperance going this way, and Temperance is turning one thing into another. It's a card of alchemy. So I feel for some of you, you could be kind of turning one thing into another. You could be improving your situation. I also feel sometimes like we can turn a positive into a negative or a negative into a positive with the Temperance card. So, make sure you're keeping it positive. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is something you need to see, is this Ten of Pentacles. Like, Two of Swords, she normally has this new island behind her on the Two of Swords, and she needs to go over there. It's almost like there's something that you don't see. And again, I feel like it could be information for a lot of you. It's like, this could be work information, business information, information about love, right? All these things exist. So, like, needing to, look for the answers is really what I'm getting here. Like, especially, like, you're all different. So you all want something different. Whatever it is, I would look. Next, you have this Helm card. It says, take charge, responsibility, and leadership. Yes, I feel like you're taking charge of your dreams and kind of making them happen here, Virgo. You have the Temperance card, the Three of Wands, and the Hierophant. The Three of Wands is like the card of leadership. He is literally telling those ships where to go. You could look at him as the harbor master, and he is like directing those ships down there. And so your ships are coming in. Normally, I'm not a big fan of the Three of Wands just in general. It's like a lot of my tarot knowledge comes from like super old tarot books. And originally, the Three of Wands, it wasn't a bad card, but it's kind of like a card of what are you waiting for? So it's kind of like, time to get moving. And, but I do feel in this situation, your ships are coming in. You have the Hierophant. Something's like divinely guided in your life is what I feel. The Hierophant, he's the bridge between the heavens and the earth. So, it's like sometimes I think with the Hierophant, he can represent blessings. He's making this symbol right here that represents receiving a blessing. So I feel like there are blessings coming in for you. But it's like something you've prayed for or something you've asked for. So, if you haven't done that yet, I would ask, or just ask the universe for whatever it is you want. You have the Temperance card. Things have to change. I mean, it's like, it's like there are definitely some things that have to change, right? And I think this. Like, if you want to move, you're going to have to get a new job. That's a change. You're going to have to, like, pack everything up and, ship it somewhere, or, drive it somewhere, or whatever the case may be. So I really get, like, a lot of transformation going on here. If you're feeling stuck, like, that there's something that you want to achieve that's going to require transformation. This might be like an inner transformation that needs to be made as well. So it's like, there could be some things that you need to do that you have to change, like up here, to be able to make the change. Like, let's put it that way, right? So let's see. I'm going to pull 5 main. Nope, we're not doing this yet. Totally skipped over the clarification here at the end. So let's see. With the Temperance card, you have the Ten of Swords. Yes, this is what has to change, something that's dead, done, over with. That's probably why I skipped it, because I had a feeling it was just going to repeat itself, right? And so right here, I love the Seven of Wands personally, what you have right here. But for some reason, I feel that you could be trying to, I'm not, again, not calling you out here or anything, but you might be protecting something that's dead, done, over with. So I feel like it's kind of encouraging you to, like, don't be afraid to, open up. Sometimes I think we hold on to things because we think we're never going to find it again, like whether it's love, a business, job, whatever. But it's like actually the act of releasing it and opening up allows things to come in. And, I kind of feel like that needs to happen here. With the Three of Wands, you have the Tower. Definitely could be a surprise. Honestly, I feel like you're surprising people in your life. Again, I think we're in a time of great transformation. So if you're changing, people don't like when you change, and I encourage people to change as much as possible because that's how we grow. But also, we can't stay the same, or else we're just going to stay in this mess that we're in right now. So, I keep encouraging people to change. People probably aren't going to like it, but so what? With the Hierophant, you have the Devil. I would be careful of a toxic person here, obviously. Like, this could be a toxic person that you're holding on to, but really, I don't feel that bad about that Tower. I kind of feel this could be something That's more like a change where it's like you're going from one thing to another. You could be moving or traveling. You know, the tower can just be a move as well. I also feel this could be a surprise because you have the Knight of Cups to the tower. So this could be like a new love offer. Or, it could be someone who's surprising you by approaching you, basically. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this independence card. I don't know. I feel like you always get these cards of independence here, Virgo. So I feel like you're going to make up your own mind anyway. It's probably not even worth mentioning, right? You have this domination card here. I kind of feel good about this. Like, I feel like you are dominating something. Like, you are going to come out on top. And I feel like I've said that to you before. Next, you have this harmony card. What's interesting, a lot of people have had this card this week as well. And, again, there's about 800 cards in this deck right here. So it's always crazy to me when, like, a card repeats itself, like, so much. Especially when there's so many cards to choose from. So, definitely could be some harmony coming in for you. You have this vision card. I feel the whole entire reading said you need to focus on your vision with that Queen of Swords. So I feel like you need to just maintain your vision, but take some steps to make it happen as well with this energy. And finally, you have this adaptability card. Every single person has there's adaptability, flexibility, versatility, all these cards in this deck that kind of represent the same thing. And pretty much everyone has had something similar. I literally said it at the beginning of the reading. That eclipse we had last year in Taurus was all about being flexible. So, and again, this goes with being open. It's like sometimes I think when we set out and have a goal, but if we're like too focused on only one way of making it happen, then we don't open up to better ways. So stay open. But this is pretty good here, Virgo. I feel like you're going in the right direction. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.